Yes, everybody. Russell, the West Ham Network. Hope you are all well and safe and well. I've got to say it. Sorry. If you're new around here, give it a like, give it a comment, give it a share, give it a subscribe. Now, for anyone new to the channel, what we do usually on Monday and Thursday, is do the Rumour Roundup, the Russy Rumour Roundup, the original Rumour Roundup, with the original rumour rating. So, in essence, what we do is we collate the latest news that have been around all the newspapers and ITKs and forums and stuff like that, present you back the rumours and let you guys decide what you think. And I want to say, warning, I am not saying for 1 second we are signing all these players. In fact, we do keep a record of how many players we've been linked with, just to prove the fact that we're not saying we're signing everyone. Done. I have to say, actually, but you said we're going to sign it. I'm not. All I'm doing is reporting back the news. We're aggregating the news and the rumours and the ITK tidbits and presenting you back something to allow you guys. And we sort of look at everything face value. And some we don't think have got a chance of happening. And some we do think have a chance of happening. And so that's what we try and do. That's our narrative. To quote people. So, let's talk youngsters, shall we? Let's talk about Josh Ď𝙍𝘼𝘼𝙍𝙎𝙃, the 19-year-old Chelsea fullback. According to reports, West Ham have shown interest in him. He's made 14 appearances for Chelsea's first team. He's only 19. And he's once again on our radar. We were interested about him a few months ago, but he has crept back to the top. Now, I don't think this is a bad signing at all. He's athletic. He's good on the ball. He's young. He's got his formative years ahead of him. He's youthful as well, so he's got many years in ahead of him. And you've got to think, coming in as a right back, you've got Aaron Wan-Bissaka in front of you. You know, we are somewhat lacking in that sort of right back sort of backup. Now, there are guys in people say, what the academy? There are guys in the academy. Julie Robinson, for example, great player, but I think it's a bit too soon maybe to thrust him into that limelight, and he needs to go out on loan and get some first team football before sort of giving him that mantra, so to speak. He's valued at around £1 million. I don't think he's going to. I think he'll go for a lot more than £1 million, to be perfectly honest. Chelsea will be interested in getting rid of him because homegrown player, academy, 100% profit will get taken off the bottom line. And he represents quite an affordable investment, with long term. If we got him for a couple of £1 million, you're going to double your money on him at least. I don't think he'll cost. I think he'll cost quite a bit, and that's why Russy Rumour Racing, the original Rumour Racing, is giving him a 50-50 because he's homegrown. He is in a position we need as well. So I just think, with all those things added together, he might be a little bit more expensive than what's been quoted in terms of valuation for him. So, although that being said, we are looking, obviously, Chelsea on the side looking at Mohamed Kudus. We spoke about it a little bit earlier in terms of maybe some more Saudi clubs. I think Chelsea may well come back into him. They will need to sell a few players anyway just to balance the squad out. So whether that will involve selling enough players to bring in Mohamed, I don't know. Another player we have been linked with before, but his name has cropped up again, is Alexis Ď𝙍𝘼𝘼𝑖𝑎𝑘is. Alexis. I'm sorry. I know I butcher all the pronunciations. I call him Alexis. Now, the AC Milan player has emerged as a potential target for West Ham, as the club obviously look to strengthen on the wing ahead of the new season. He's 25. He's a Belgium international. He's known for his versatility, having played as a winger and as a wing back as well, which might interest Potter. He's had a few loan spells. He's been on loan at Bologna. He's been on loan at Roma, and his future remains uncertain. And West Ham could take advantage of that situation. A reported value of around £20 million. Alexis would bring with him experience, European experience, creativity as well. Obviously, he's had a bit of a torrid time at AC Milan, so you think he'd want to prove himself, and it could be an interesting one, Alexis. He operates in a number of positions. He's 26, which is a decent age. He's not one for the future. He's one basically who comes in now. And I think for me, he ticks a lot of boxes. I'm going to give it a 60%, 6 out of 10 on the Russy Rumour rating, the original Rumour rating. One person I don't think we're going to get, and would have got probably about 3 years ago, is Nicolas Tagliafico. Now, the Argentinian international defender, he is a free transfer after leaving relegated Lyon. And it is believed that West Ham are reportedly interested in the 32-year-old. He was part of the World Cup winning squad for Argentina in 2022. Considered to be a potential backup option should other deals fall through. Everton, Ajax, and Sevilla have all expressed interest. Transfer market value him at around €6 million, but 32. You got to think at the moment. Sorry, I really itchy nose. You've got to think 32 is. I mean, there's experience, yes. As I said, about 3-4 years ago, I'd have loved him because I think pre-Emerson, you got to think we've sort of got someone a bit like Tagliafico already in the club in terms of Emerson. The club looked to move him on. Then with 𝙏𝙍𝘼𝙉𝙎𝙁𝙀 Diouf potentially coming in. We've got Ollie Scarles. We've got the ability of Aaron Wan-Bissaka to play on both sides as well. I just don't think it's going to happen unless everything falls through. Which, knowing West Ham, it could well happen. The Russy Rumour rating, the original Rumour rating, only gives him a 20% chance, 2 out of 10. Now, there is other backups for if the Diouf deal doesn't happen. One of them is Leif Davis, the Ipswich man, 25-year-old, 6-foot left back. Now, he is obviously played for the Tractor Boys last season. And according to X, he is a potential target for West Ham this summer should the likes of Diouf not come through, for example. Got good, strong assist numbers. He's attacking fullback. He's a big lad as well. Another 6-footer, good crosser. He's currently around €20 million, 20 million quid rather, which, to be honest, is a similar number to what we'd probably play, maybe a couple of £1 million more for Diouf. 154 appearances. He's Premier League ready. Arguably less of a risk than a Diouf to come in. However, I think where Diouf has the potential, I think Leaf is where he's at now, if that makes sense. Russy Rumour rating, the original Rumour rating, giving it a Lamar. Going to give it a 50-50. Obviously, as I mentioned before, we are being linked with Nathaniel David as well, who currently plays for Eintracht Frankfurt. Again, around the £20 million price range, which is, I think, par for the course in terms of what we are looking at for that particular player or that position. In terms of Russy Rumour rating, in the original Rumour rating, we are now being linked with how many? Sorry, let me just check. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20. It's 120, 148 players now. Yeah, 148 players we've been linked with now. And we've still got over 2 months, just under 2 months of the transfer window to go, end of August. So we are well on course to beating last year's record of 167. We only need another 19 more, which is more than capable when it comes to West Ham. Anyway, in the comments below, let me know. Any one of those floats your boat? Any of those floats your boat? For me, Josh, depending on how much it's going to cost. Because I think there's definitely a need to bring in a young, particularly also, you've got to think, again, we've got the Africa Cup of Nations coming up. There's a situation. Someone made a really good point. If we sign Diouf and Wan-Bissaka could both be in the Africa Cup of Nations, and we lose them for the best part of a month, or at least 3 or 4 weeks. Although they have sort of the weird winter breaky thing in the Premier League as well, don't they? So Ollie can obviously cover the left-hand side, but we've got no one to cover the right-hand side. No one at the moment. And yes, we need a right back or a right wing back. I'll put some of it in. Some of it will be back by then. It'll be all right. Anyway, take care. Stay safe. Stay warm. Stay on board. Keep your faith. Much love. Bye-bye.